Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my humble home and my property here in Livingston, Montana. Okay, today's date is the 3rd of September of 2021, and exactly what I'm up to is another bow review on this hybrid longbow right here. I just took ownership of this a couple hours ago, and I've been inspecting it, wiping it down, looking it all over, getting used to it. And that kind of stuff, checking for any splinters or anomalies or workmanship problems or anything like that. You know what I found? Nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this bow. Okay, before I get started here, I want to make a disclaimer. I am not being sponsored in this video. In other words, this bow right here is mine. It wasn't given to me. I'm not getting paid to do this review. And matter of fact, I've been on YouTube for 5 or 6 years, and I've never sought after money or heck, I'll do these videos, and I don't even tell people to sign up for the program or give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or a middle finger or just whatever here. Now I'm not into you. My YouTube channel here, ladies and gentlemen, is free. This is a standalone. It's a standalone video. It's my own video. It's my own opinions, if you will. And YouTube cannot. I'm not going to allow them to regulate my thoughts or how I feel about something, or if I like something or I don't like something. Okay. Now that I got that out of my hair, this is the deal. This bow right here is what they call a Jetbow. You got that? Jetbow. Jetbow all together now. Now, where you can find this bow, if you're interested in it, is that shopping place where people make their own homemade projects and whatnot, have you? Esty. E-S-T-Y. I do believe, let me see here if I got that. I want to make sure I got that right, because I have a tendency to screw things up here. You know what I mean? Yeah, E-T-S-Y. So if you just go to Esty, www.st.com, and when you get in their search engine, if you just type up Jetbow, you'll get to this fellow that makes these bows. He's got a few of them on there to offer. I happen to be the owner of one of his bows here, but I think right now, the way things stand, he's got like 8 more of them for sale or something, or whatever. Okay, let me get on with this. I'm going to read verbatim what the guy that builds these bows, okay, I'm not going to dox him or nothing because I don't have his permission, but he lives in California. His name is John. Okay, that's all the more I'm going to say about who he is, because you can look up jet bows very easily on Esty and find out for yourself. But this is what John's got to say about this particular bow right here, and I've been sitting here for the last couple hours going over this. It came to me in the mail today, and so I'm going to agree or refute anything that John's got to claim here on this, on his write-up on Esty. Okay, the guy that makes these bows, this is what he's got to say. Let me get my phone turned around here so I can read this thing. It says, this is my Stratus model. Got that Stratus model. Apparently, it looks to me like John names a lot of his bows after clouds in the sky and stuff like that. He's got a Cirrus model and a few other models, okay? This is my Stratus model, and it is designed to be stable and easy to shoot while it is comfortable in the hand. It is a 62 AMO hybrid longbow, which this is all true. I measured this thing. As a matter of fact, the string that came with this is a 60-inch Flemish hand-twisted string. So we've got 62-inch AMO bow here with a 60-inch Flemish string that came with. Okay, that right there. Okay, now let me get into this here. I don't want to waste time and burn daylight and every other thing. Okay. It is a reflex deflex design, and it is a quiet shooting bow. I haven't shot it yet, But I know one thing, when you're drawing this bow, it feels awful nice. I don't feel any kind of stacking at all. I can't say that for a lot of bows I've tested this summer. Okay. The handle design is for stability when drawn. I'd have to say that would be true, you know. Now I'll show this bow off in a little bit more depth there as I go along. Okay, the riser is made from granadillo, that's Mexican rosewood. Granadillo is Mexican rosewood. Shidua, whichever, that's an exotic Central American wood. And Purple Heart woods. There's 3 woods in this riser right here, okay? And then the limbs are made from red zebra wood. It has a bamboo core, and bamboo is the best wood for smooth draw and for arrow speed. The limb tips are reinforced with phenolic. Now, phenolic resin, from what I researched, is a lot like it's a lot like polymer resin. It's kind of what they use. I don't know, kind of, but it's my understanding is what they use in billiard balls. This stuff right here, right there, top of the screen. It's what they use in billiard balls, bowling balls, and stuff like that. It's some pretty tough stuff. Okay. The bow has a layer of stable core that's kind of like a carbon-like material for lateral stability. The fiberglass is clear bear paw glass, which highlights the beautiful red zebra wood. And since the zebra wood is right here, the belly of the bow and the outside of the bow and like that. Okay. The bow poundage is 32 pounds at 28 inches of draw. Now, I'm well aware that 32 pounds of draw is kind of light, but I don't care because my draw is really over 30 inches, and I can definitely pull this bow just fine without stressing anything, without stressing me or the bow or anything. At that numerical designation I just gave, 30 inches. At around, what would it be, about 35 pounds then, I guess, okay? Anyway, this is a right-handed bow. The recommended draw length is 26 to 30 inches, and the recommended brace height is 7.25 inches to 7.75 inches, which right now I've got this set as exactly 7.5 inches on the brace height, okay? All right. The bow is of my own custom design. Got cords down here that are getting wrapped up with everything. Don't have enough room in my studio here. Okay, the bow is of my own custom design, meaning John in California. It is made from handmade laminations, a handmade riser. It is hand-shaped. It is finished with true oil to protect it from the elements. The reflex-deflex design creates faster arrow speed and a flatter shooting bow than you find in traditional longbows. I would say everything that John has posted on the internet is correct. Got that correct. All right. In addition, the limb tips are reinforced with phenolic, which makes them stronger, so you can use a fast flight or a Dacron string if you choose. The bow includes a handmade Flemish twist bowstring, which I showed you that. All bows come with an arrow rest and have been pre-shot to make sure they perform up to standard. Okay, that came right off of the sale page, the write-up, if you will, for when I bought this bow. That was exactly what I was reading. Now, let me get this. I got a thing out of my hair. Okay. Now, I realize that a lot of guys that do this stuff are out there banging away with arrows and all that, but this was one of those days where I had too much stuff to do and I couldn't get out to where I wanted to shoot, so I just thought, phooey on it. I'm just going to sit down here and do this. But anyway, I realize you probably haven't learned anything yet because I've been bobbing and weaving around, but my studio here is kind of small, so, but like I say, so far what I can say is I inspected every square inch or millimeter or whatever have you on this bow, and I cannot find any cracking, any delamination or any of those anomalies like that. I'm just not seeing it. Oh, sure, there's a little finish chafing in a few places and stuff like that, but I don't worry about that because it's not splintering or cracked or any of that. Now look, if you can see, let me see if I can hold this up just right, because I have trouble with this camera. There, it just came into focus. That little black stripe that you see there, is that stable core? Let me see if I can. Yeah, that black stuff right there on the palm of my hand, that black line that you see running up and down that limb is stable core. Remember I told you it's kind of like carbon? And then there's the 2 laminates of bamboo above that. I mean, above and below. And then right on top of here is that zebra wood with a clear bear paw glass. Okay. And of course, that wood grain comes out real nice, which is, and the bamboo stretches clear up into here. And the only place I've seen on this bow that's got a seam. Let me see, where in the world did I see that? It's right. I got the light so weird in my studio, sorry, but it's right. You can't even hardly see it, Okay, right there, where this zebra wood came together, these 2 pieces right here, okay? And other than that, though, it's what I've already said. It's a reflex, deflex. You can see the purple heartwood real well right through the riser here. And I'm no expert on hardwoods, but this striping right here, this laminate's right in here, right there. That's either Shidu or that other one. Shidu or Granadillo, and of course, we've got Purple Heart running right through here, which is, all well and good. It's a real nice looking bow and all that. It's not so overly gaudy that you're going, oh, wow, look at all these swirls, look at all this, and blah, blah, blah. This bow isn't like that. It's just to me, it's a very well put together bow. Tomorrow I think is a better day than today for me to go out and shoot that, so I'll try to record some of that if I can. But the only reason why I'm bringing this whole thing up about this, because I went ahead and purchased one of these bows. John, the fellow that already made this bow, this isn't really what you want to call a custom bow, because he already had it made, and he had a decent price on it, so I went ahead and bought it, and I'm really glad I did, because I like what I'm seeing here. Because here's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I had one dickens of a time before I started doing this video thing, trying to tell myself, trying to rehearse what I was going to say, because I realized that there's a lot of different people out there, and they've got a lot of different bows, whether it be compounds, recurves, hybrid longbows, on and on and on, okay, like that. And there is one heck of a lot of bows in people's hands here in America and across the world that come out of China, like old trumpets say. Okay, that's all well and good, but I can tell, I've watched enough YouTube videos, I've seen guys take these Chinese products out of boxes, and the half the bow was hanging out, the packaging was horrible, and all that. That's one thing I can compliment John on in California, is the box that this bow came in here was taped up very, very well. and he had the bow wrapped up very, very well. And that's the difference between these big archery overseas companies, if you catch what I'm saying here, you know, that just crank these things out. They don't care if the poundage is just right. You know, your poundage on some of these offshore bows can be off 2, 3, 4 pounds. And that can really throw off your draw and your anchor and all that. I know. I spent the whole summer. I could have bought a couple of these bows. And by the way, while I'm thinking about that, this bow wasn't really all that expensive. If you guys want to know how to get to where, if you want to follow my trail, so to speak, on what I did looking up these bows on the internet, just use this syntax: custom, handmade, hybrid longbows. I like this reflex deflex idea because, like I've said before in some of my videos, years ago when I was first involved in archery, I always thought it would be a nifty thing if somebody could come out with a bow that had the good attributes of a longbow mixed in with the good attributes of a recurve. And that's the way I look at these reflex deflex bows. This is the second one I bought. The other one's a production bow. It actually pulls back okay and whatnot have you. But this guy right here is very, very smooth. You can pull this back to 30 inches and I'm not feeling any stacking. You know, and so there you are. But I have not tested this bow. I got to be honest with you. The handle, by the way, while I'm thinking about it, is medium. I would have to say a medium grip on this guy right here, and I don't know what else I can say. You know, like I say, this is laminated with Purple Heart. No, not Purple Heart. Man, I got to get these zebra wood. Now these limbs are, you know, we got zebra wood on top. Right below that is bamboo, and right below that is that stable core stuff, and then it starts all over again, you know, until it gets down there to the bottom. So there you are, and it's got, you know, it's got fiberglass, clear fiberglass on the doggone thing, and so, and altogether, I might want to say this much. If I got my count right on the materials that are in this bow, there are 10 ingredients in this. Let me read them off again real quick. Granadillo, Shadua, Purple Heartwood, Zebra Wood, bamboo, the core of these limbs is bamboo, stable core, phenolic resins, clear bear paw fiberglass, and the glue that whatever John used to glue these laminates together, and true oil. That is 10 ingredients that go into this bow. And unfortunately, some of these cheaper, you know, Chinese bows and stuff like that, you're not going to get that. I know, trust me. You know, so, but since owning a bow is a real personal thing, I didn't want to sit here and say, well, this company does this and this company does that and blah, 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 because there's some young archers out there, you know, have cheap bows, because that's what when I got back into archery at the beginning of this summer, that's what I started doing, was buying a few cheap bows here and there, and unfortunately I didn't have my draw weight right, and I wasn't none too happy. Okay, but on this particular bow right here, I can see very little problems. The workmanship is real good. The fit and finish is pretty good, and like I say, I think what John was trying to do is trying to keep this finish down so it wasn't real shiny, in case somebody might want to hung one of his bows or something like that. But I see no problems with this bow whatsoever, and I looked over every square millimeter of this thing. So what else did I want to say here, man? Hang on here for a second. If I didn't have my notes, I wouldn't be anywhere. Actual string length is 60 inches on this guy. Yeah. So there you are. It's a 62-inch bow. Feels nice to me. You know, like I say, 10 ingredients in this guy. Okay. And of course, this isn't a complete review because I haven't shot it yet, but it sure feels nice. I'll show you here in a minute. I got me a measuring, I got me a a wooden dowel I put together at the beginning of the summer, and it's for checking draw length. You know, it's my own measuring stick, so to speak. You know, and I did a short little video on this guy right here, but I'm gonna set this in the bow and show you that, you know, this thing is relatively easy to pull back and come to anchor. Let me see if I can. Now, right, that red that you see right there, when I'm into that red, okay, let me see if I can point this out. Right here, right where that red first starts right here, that's 30 inches. It's actually 32 out to here. Now, I don't really want to stress this bow, but now there. That's what a kid needs to be able to do, is pull one of these bows all the way back and anchor. So let me do this again so you can. There we go. I just got to be kind of careful here. I'm always afraid I'm going to turn loose with this stick, this measuring stick here, and in this little tiny studio of mine here, that wouldn't be a good idea. You know, I would definitely have some fireworks going on here, so to speak. You know, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that, like I say, this is a Jetbow reflex deflex hybrid longbow. Fellow in California makes these by the name of John. You can get one of these or take a look at it. He's got some other bows that they're all reflex deflex, if I remember right, but they're made out of different woods and stuff like that. And like I say, most of the stuff that he's got is really not all that expensive. So if you want a decent bow, I'd definitely give one of these a look-see anyway. And my research has shown me that there's probably about a dozen good bowyers here in the United States, or maybe throughout the world. Maybe it was probably more than a dozen, but there's about a dozen, 18 of them or so that are in serious business, you know, making their livings making these kind of bows. So I personally like a hybrid longbow. I do. And it's got a nice pull, they're smooth, all that kind of stuff. But this bow's, you know, I'm going to have to go shoot it before I get to jump, jive, and wailing too much, you know. Okay, there you are. Just remember, Jetbow on Etsy, ETSY, www.etsy.com. A Jetbow, a Stratus Jetbow is what you just got done looking at. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got 23 minutes. Nobody will watch this video, but for those of you that have suffered in here long enough with me, I thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll see you on down the pike, and I certainly hope I covered this bow. I like it. The workmanship is good. I see no reason whatsoever not to recommend this bow to somebody that might be looking for a good, you know, bow of this caliber, okay? Adios, my friends. Take care of yourself, and we shall see you on down the trail.